someone's a scroll. What's up, you guys? It's Valatelli here, and welcome back to Let's Catch a Vibe. Now, I hope everyone's feeling great, feeling amazing, feeling vibey. As you guys can see, this is my review on Secret Invasion Episode 5, and this one is titled Harvest. So, jumping straight into this episode, we do pick up literally after the end of the last episode. If you guys don't know, pretty much the president's convoy was attacked by Gravik. Gravik was going around trying to make himself and his men look like the Russians because he wants US and Russia to fight to create World War III. So, beginning of this episode, we start with Nick Fury pretty much taking the president into the hospital. He doesn't have any clearance, so he's not allowed to go with him, unfortunately, but obviously he's going to wait outside because it's Nick Fury. He's suspicious of everyone that comes through that door now, especially with what he's seen. So, moving away from this, we do get a scene with Gravik being back at his rebel base, the nuclear power plant. And he's getting some resistance. So, pretty much his second in command says, listen, I went to the place where you told me to go. There was no such thing as Avengers files or anything like that. Like, what are we actually doing? Like, you've got us running around, nothing's happening, and we're just doing nothing, like nothing's happening. Obviously, Gravik's getting a bit annoyed at this point because he pretty much texts, Gravik texts his second in command. So now there's a new position. So obviously how this always plays out is that when you're a leader or you're a rebel or something like that, and you take out one of your second in command, it doesn't actually leave a lot of people in your camp with much faith. Nobody's going to step up to that position because you've literally just taken somebody out that was supposed to be higher than them. Now, moving us away from this, we get a really, really, really good bit of Sonya in this episode. Now, funny enough, she's one of my favourite characters in this series so far because she's like so, I don't know, like she's just so like she knows what she's there for, like she just doesn't give a fuck, like she's ruthless, she does not give a fuck. So, we get Sonya Falsworth. She pretty much catches up to someone in London, and she's like, listen, I think it's one of the council members, don't quote me, I think it's one of the council members she catches up to, but pretty much she's like, listen, you're going to tell me what Gravik is working on. He's like, what are you talking about? You can't just burst in here and walk in here. She's like, okay, boom. She shoots him in the leg. I was like, listen, I don't think there's a thing at the moment where if I kill a Skrull, I'm going to get arrested. There's no such thing as that anymore. There's no laws against killing Skrulls. So you're going to tell me what I need to know. I'm going to put one on your other leg. You know what I mean? Man, Sonya in this episode is amazing. Now, I went on a bit of a tangent there, but moving us on, we get Gravik, who has his own men turn against him. Now, like I said previously in the episode, it's not going to leave a lot of faith there. If you're a leader and you're a rebel leader and you're pretty much not doing anything and you're not doing what you said you're going to do or advancing any kind of way, people are going to be like, okay, well, we're not following this guy. We're going to usurp him. He's shit. Like, he's just talking all this big talk and he's not exactly talking any kind of good things. So, we do get a bit of a fight scene where Gravik literally gets taken on by his own men. And it's quite a few people. I thought it was going to be like one or two, but it's actually like, I don't know, 4 or 5 people. Obviously, Gravik scrolls out and obviously he's a super scroll now. So, he's got the ability of like Groot and the extremists and stuff like that. So, moving away from this, again, I am referencing the episode. So, if I'm looking to the left, I am referencing the episode. So, yeah, we do get Gravik that hulks out. Moving away from that, we do get a scene where pretty much Nick Fury catches up to Rhodey, because Rhodey comes to the hospital to see the president. He's like, listen, the country applauds you for what you did, but you come back here again, we're going to have problems. Obviously, Nick Fury's like, hey, listen, you do your worst to me. But we find out that Gravik phoned Rhodey to incite this World War III plan. Gravik told Rhodey to leak the footage of a Skrull that shape-shifted into Nick Fury and shot Maria Hill. So now Nick Fury is the #1 most wanted person in the world, especially because he killed like an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. So, yeah, the law's not exactly going to be pleasant and kind to Nick Fury now. So, moving away from this, we do get a scene where we do get Nick Fury catch up to Gaia. Obviously, he tells her that, listen, Talos didn't die in vain. He knew what he was fighting for, what he was working for. Obviously, Talos told Nick Fury about what Gaia had done to herself to survive her being assassinated. Because obviously we know, was it in episode 3, I think, when Gravik pretty much shot her and she had the extremist, so she came back alive. Again, we do find out that Gaia tells Gravik that what Gravik is after is the harvest. But originally, he was after something called the Avenger Files, because apparently there was meant to be like different samples taken from like battle scenes and DNA and stuff like that. Because obviously we know Gravik wanted to become a Super Skrull, but he's had to make do with the basic things that he could find. He wants this harvest, which is obviously what the whole main episode is called, Harvest. So pretty much, I don't know whether this has got DNA from different superheroes, which is what I'm gathering throughout this episode. But pretty much if he gets his hands on it, he's going to be unstoppable, essentially. So we get a nice little break of a conversation with Gaia and Nick Fury. Obviously, Nick Fury's got to get off because police are after him. We then move on to the return of my best friend, Sonya. She catches up to a scientist that built the machine for Gravik. She pretty much comes to their house and says, listen, you're going to tell me what you were working on for Gravik and what this machine is, or we're going to have a problem. We're going to have a problem, and you don't want a problem with me, all right? So we do get a conversation where she pretty much talks to Sonya, telling her exactly what the machine was. She does have blueprints of what the machine is, and it looks exactly what was built. She does say that, listen, it's a nice lab you got here, but I'm have to burn it down. I can't leave this standing. I'm sorry. It's too much of a danger. So we do get a bit of a scene, a very funny scene, where Sonya is talking to the lady that built the laboratory or had a hand in building the machine. We get her husband or whoever her Skrull partner is, pretty much puts a knife to her head and says, listen, you let me go. I won't let you pretty much damage what Gravik's been building. She's like, listen, there's men that try and do this in my race. Boom! Headshot. I was like, yo! Sonya is a beast in this episode. Sonya is a beast in this episode. So, moving away from my friend Sonya, we do move to Gaia, pretty much wanting to bury her father, but she goes to see Nick Fury's wife. Now, throughout this episode, we do get a bit of a thing where Gravik does say, I want you to send people after Nick Fury's wife, because she failed a direct order from me to kill Nick Fury, which is in the last episode, if you guys didn't check that out. But yeah, we do get some interesting conversation between Nick Fury and Gaia, pretty much talking about, you know, being a Skrull, and pretty much, you know, the wife talking about Nick Fury, and, you know, we needed to find a place that had the 3 things that Nick Fury likes. We get a break in between Gaia and the wife talking, Nick Fury's wife talking. We do get Rhodey go and see the president, and pretty much he explains to him about, listen, we need you to attack this nuclear power plant in Russia because it's housing Skrulls, because he needs that to be done. So then Russia will be like, okay, you attacked us, yeah? US, you're getting it. That incites World War III. So that's pretty much what Gravik wants. He wants to incite it by pretty much getting Rhodey to talk to the president about doing it. We do get an interesting scene where Gravik does phone Nick Fury and says, listen, I'm willing to put an end to everything. Just give me the harvest. Obviously, you know, Nick's not going to do that. We then do get an interesting scene where Gaia and Nick Fury's wife do bury Talos, or they do like a ceremonial thing where they burn his body. Really, really good about this episode. We get an interesting part where pretty much the men come after Nick Fury's wife. Gaia's there. Woo! These women are badass. These women are badass. So we get a really, really cool fight scene where we get Nick Fury's wife and Gaia pretty much defend against the attackers that are going after Nick Fury's wife. Coming up to the penultimate end of the episode, we get Nick Fury and Sonya. I think they go to Finland. Quote me if I'm wrong. I think they go to Finland. But yeah, pretty much this is where Nick Fury's hid the harvest. He hid it in a tombstone because, again, Nick Fury has these like all around the world just in case, you know, he needed to claim that he was dead and then, you know, hide away, basically. But we get the OG eye patch back for Nick Fury. This is the last episode before the finale. Episode 5. There's only 6 episodes. We have got back Nick Fury. He's got the red beanie on. He's got the eye patch. He's got the OG coat. and I can't wait to see it. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to smash the like button. If you didn't enjoy the video, let me know in the comments down below what you like the video. Also, let me know if you guys are liking this series so far. But anyway, if you guys like this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.